Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're diving into the amazing world of English phrasal verbs. These little guys can be tricky, but trust me, they're absolutely essential if you want to really level up your English and sound more natural and fluent. We're going to break down 50 of the most common phrasal verbs. You'll learn their meanings, how to use them in sentences, and I've got some handy tips and tricks to help you remember them. So buckle up, let's get started. Alright, let's kick things off with breakdown. Now we're not talking about your car suddenly stopping. In this context, breakdown means to stop working, to fail, or to collapse. For example, you could say, the negotiations broke down after hours of discussion. See? It's got nothing to do with cars. It can also be used to talk about emotions, like, he broke down in tears when he heard the news. See how much more natural that sounds than just saying he cried? Next up, we have bring up. Now this one can be a bit confusing because it has a few different meanings, but don't worry, I'll break it down for you. Most commonly, bring up means to mention something or to start talking about a topic. Imagine you're at a meeting and you need to discuss a problem. You could say, I'd like to bring up the issue of declining sales. See? Easy peasy. Now this one's pretty straightforward. Call off means to cancel something, usually an event or an arrangement. Let's say you've planned a picnic but the weather's terrible. You'd say, we have to call off the picnic because of the rain. Simple, right? Remember, we're not answering a phone here, we're canceling something. Chapter 4. Carry on, keep calm and carry on. Carry on means to continue doing something, often despite difficulties or interruptions. It's like saying keep going. So if your friend is telling you a story and you want them to continue, you'd say, please carry on. It shows you're interested and want them to keep talking. Chapter 5. Catch up. Let's close the gap. Catch up is a great one to use with friends. It means to reach the same level or point as someone or something that's ahead of you. Maybe you missed a few days of work, you could say, I need to catch up on my emails. Or if you haven't seen a friend in ages, you might say, we need to catch up soon. Chapter 6. Checkout. More than just paying the bill. Checkout can be a bit sneaky because it has a few meanings. Of course, we use it when we're paying for something at a shop, but it also means to investigate or examine something. So, if you hear about a cool new restaurant, you might say, we should check it out. Chapter 7. Come across a happy accident. This phrasal verb is all about finding something unexpectedly. Imagine you're cleaning your attic and you find your old childhood photos. You could say, I came across these old photos while I was cleaning. Chapter 8. Come up with. The idea machine. Come up with is a super useful one, especially if you're a creative person. It means to think of an idea, a plan, or a solution. Maybe you're trying to solve a problem and suddenly, you have a brainwave. You could say, I came up with a great idea for the project. Chapter 9. Cut down. Less is more. Cut down means to reduce the amount of something. This could be anything from spending less money to eating less sugar. For example, you might say, I'm trying to cut down on coffee because it keeps me up at night. Chapter 10. Drop off. See you later. Now, drop off can have a couple of different meanings. Sometimes it means to take something or someone to a specific place and leave them there. Like, I need to drop off this package at the post office. But it can also mean to fall asleep, often unintentionally, like, I was so tired last night I dropped off on the sofa watching TV. Chapter 11. End up. How did I get here? End up is all about the final result of a situation, often when it's unexpected. Let's say you go out for a quick coffee, but you bump into a friend and end up chatting for hours. You could say, we went out for coffee but we ended up having dinner as well. Figure out. Solving life's mysteries. Figure out is all about understanding something or finding a solution. Maybe you're trying to solve a riddle, you could say, I can't figure out this puzzle. Or maybe you're trying to understand someone's behavior, I can't figure him out. Chapter 13. Find out. Curiosity didn't kill the cat. This one's pretty simple. Find out means to discover information or to learn something new. Imagine you hear a juicy piece of gossip, you might say, I have to find out more about this. Chapter 14. Get along. Keeping the peace. Get along is all about relationships. It means to have a friendly or harmonious relationship with someone. You might say, I get along really well with my colleagues. Or, we don't always see eye to eye but we get along. Chapter 15. Get away. Escape and recharge. Get away means to escape from something or to go on holiday. Feeling stressed? You might say, I need to get away from the city for a few days, or, we're planning to get away next month for a beach holiday. Get over means to recover from something, usually an illness, a difficult experience, or a disappointment. Maybe you had a bad cold, you could say, it took me ages to get over that flu. Or, after a breakup you might hear, it took her a long time to get over him. Sometimes give up can sound negative, but it's not always a bad thing. It means to stop trying to do something, often because it's too difficult. Maybe you're trying to learn a difficult piece of music and it's just too hard. You could say, "This is impossible. I give up." Go on is another way to encourage someone to continue talking, but it can also be used to talk about something happening. For example, "What's going on here?" Or, if you're telling a story and you want to add more detail, you might say, "So, go on. What happened next?" Chapter 19. Grow up. Adulting is hard. Grow up means to mature and become an adult. It's not always about age. Sometimes it's about acting more maturely. You might hear someone say, "Oh, grow up," if they think someone is being childish. Chapter 20. Hang out. Let's chill. This is a super common phrasal verb, especially among friends. Hang out simply means to spend time with someone in a relaxed way. You might ask a friend, "Want to hang out this weekend?" Chapter 21. Hold on, wait a sec. Hold on is a way to tell someone to wait or to pause for a moment. It's like saying, "Hang on a second." For example, "Hold on, I just need to find my keys." Chapter 22. Keep on, never give up. Keep on means to continue doing something, often despite difficulties. It's similar to carry on, but it emphasizes persistence and determination. You might say, "Keep on trying, you'll get there eventually." Chapter 23. Look after, be responsible. Look after means to take care of someone or something. You might look after your younger siblings, your neighbor's pet, or even your houseplants. For example, "Can you look after my cat while I'm away?" Chapter 24. Look forward to, excitement, overload. Look forward to means to be excited about something that's going to happen in the future. Maybe you're going on holiday. You could say, "I'm really looking forward to my vacation." Look up means to search for information, usually in a dictionary, a book, or online. If you don't know the meaning of a word, you can look it up in the dictionary. Make up has a few meanings, but one of the most common is to resolve an argument or disagreement. After a fight, you might make up with your friend or partner. Pick up can mean to lift something from the ground, but it also has other meanings. It can mean to collect someone or something, like "I need to pick up my dry cleaning," or to learn something quickly, like "He picked up Spanish really easily." Put off means to postpone or delay something. It's what we do when we procrastinate. For example, "I need to stop putting off my homework." Put on means to place something on your body, like clothes, shoes, or jewelry, but it can also mean to pretend to have a particular feeling or quality, like "She's not really angry, she's just putting it on." Run into means to meet someone unexpectedly. You might say, "Guess who I ran into at the supermarket today?" Run out of means to have no more of something left. It could be food, money, time, or even patience. For example, "We've run out of milk, I'll go to the shop." Set up means to prepare something or to make arrangements for something to happen. You might set up a meeting, set up a tent, or even set up a business. Show up means to arrive somewhere, often unexpectedly or after being delayed. For example, "He finally showed up an hour late." Take after means to resemble a family member in appearance or personality. You might say, "She takes after her mother, they both have the same eyes." Take off has a few meanings, but the most common is related to flying. It means to leave the ground and begin to fly. But it can also mean to suddenly become successful, like her career really took off after that movie. Take up means to start a new hobby, activity, or sport. You might take up knitting, yoga, or even learning a new language. Turn down means to refuse an offer or request. For example, "He turned down the job offer because the salary was too low." Turn up means to increase the volume or intensity of something. You might turn up the music, turn up the heat, or even turn up the excitement. Wake up means to stop sleeping and become conscious. Hopefully you're already awake if you're watching this. Workout has two main meanings. It can mean to exercise, like going to the gym, but it can also mean to find a solution or to develop in a positive way. For example, "I hope everything works out for you." Write down means to record something in writing. It's always a good idea to write down important information so you don't forget it. Back up means to support or reinforce something, often with evidence or proof. For example, make sure you back up your arguments with facts and figures. Blow up can mean to explode, but it can also be used figuratively to mean to suddenly become very angry or upset. For example, "She blew up at him when he forgot their anniversary." Break up means to end a relationship or partnership. It can be used for romantic relationships, friendships, or even business partnerships. Bring about means to cause something to happen, often a change or an improvement. For example, the new government is hoping to bring about economic reform. Call back means to return someone's phone call. For example, "I'll call you back later. I'm in a meeting right now." Carry out means to perform or complete a task or plan. For example, "The police are carrying out an investigation." Check-in means to register your arrival at a hotel, airport, or other locations. It can also be used figuratively to mean to update someone on your progress or well-being, like, just checking in to see how you're doing. Come back means to return to a place or a topic of conversation. For example, I'll come back to that point later. Come in means to enter a room or building. It's often used as an invitation to enter. For example, come in, the door's open. Wow, we covered a lot today. Give yourself a pat on the back. You just powered through 50 common English phrasal verbs. Remember, the key to mastering these is practice, practice, practice. So, don't be shy, use them in your conversations, write them down, make flashcards, whatever works for you, and most importantly, have fun with it. I hope you found this lesson super helpful.